this is Christine Thayers. I'm coming to you today with my very special guest for Secret Family Recipe. This is my Nadia the Princess Thayers, my first child and most treasured. No, Montana, I'm just kidding. Anyway, you know what that must be like, right? Sibling rivalry. We are making something special today, and next week we're all going to be together, the whole fam. So we're going to really put it together, make something great. This week we're making a seafood dish. Since we are of Mediterranean descent, that happens to be one of our favorite flavors. And again, it's a very simple recipe. So we're going to start out with our extra virgin olive oil, which has already been heated on a nice high heat. And we're throwing in our diced onions. Oh, let's do, she looks so pretty. Like nobody looks like that to cook, right? Am I right? No, nobody. Here we go.
Only you do.
Only I do. So, and you know, like I'll just put this around here because not dressed as special. Okay, so we are going to be making a flounder dish. I'm going to call this flounder a la Rose, which is Grandma Rose, and she kind of created this as long ago as I can remember. Nadia's just added in some salt.
Some pepper.
And some pepper. You can use this, no? Or no? Yeah. I don't know. She's like really bossy in the kitchen, actually. So my telling her what to do.
I learned from my grandma.
In fact, they get along really well in the kitchen. And also, the other thing they share is the metal in the pan. You see how she went right? She has the rubber one here. What did she go for? The metal. Okay, that's what Grandma does. The other thing that they share is say goodbye to your clean kitchen, okay? Because it's not happening. I have everything nice and neat. I wash as I go. Not so much. Okay, back to our recipe. We have here beautiful, white, clean, washed and dried with paper towels flounder fillets. I have those onions. I had about a cup of onions. I have, what do you think? Half a cup of capers. Yummy, delicious. And probably a little bit more than a cup of, let's see, quartered, oops, there was one. Don't use that one. Of green olives, pitted sliced green olives, okay? Salt and pepper, and a cup of filati pomodoro, right? Smushed with your hands, and of course our little surprise at the end. So it's simple, simple. The other thing you can do, besides doing it in the pan on the stove, is you can do it on a sheet, a baking sheet, and the same process. So you would saute the onions. You have to cook the ingredients, then lay the olive oil on this pan, put the flounder on, and pour your ingredients on over it and stick it in the oven. Since it's so hot, not really what we're choosing to do. And again, I know you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, it's summer, why are we cooking inside? Because I guarantee by the end of this month, you're gonna be so tired of barbecue, and you're gonna need these recipes. So, how's those onions looking?
Chopped a little too big.
Chopped a little too big. Who does that sound like? Grandma Rose. And we're also sharing a glass of white wine. That is another ingredient that I haven't told you about. So she's the 10 this week, and I'm going to be the 7. So we're going to toasting to sharing Secret Family Recipe with my daughter Nadia.
Yummy.
Who, by the way, is an amazing cook. She actually posted yesterday a picture of them coming out of Faico's, which is the Italian market in Manhattan. That was like an exciting post for her. She doesn't even post. She spent 4 months in Florida, didn't post that much. Then she posts going to Faico's in New York City. Like, where are the priorities? Okay. Those look good.
Look good.
Okay. So next we're going to pour in our tomato. And it's nice and lumpy. We like it that way. I'll be the sous chef. When she's around, I'm the sous chef because she kind of is bossy and takes charge. So I let it happen. And then we're going to be in Montana's kitchen. Montana's kitchen is brand new, and we're going to get it nice and dirty. I promised her we wouldn't fry, but we will do something in Montana's kitchen in Connecticut, which is going to be fun. Okay, that doesn't have to cook for very long. The tomato and the onion, more salt. We like salt.
Don't over salt because the capers and olives.
Okay, no over salting, capers and olives. And those are both salty. And then a little bit of pepper. This doesn't have to cook very long, like a couple of minutes till it just gets a little bit thickened up and mixed in with those onions. We're throwing in the rest of our ingredients. I think I'm going to drain these. Actually, I am going to take out the excess water. I find my little tiny strainer, which I cannot find. Oh, here it is. Got it. I'm going to drain the water out of these from the jar. These are Italian capers, of course, mini capers. They're so tiny and cute. There we go. Nice and dry. Now she's adding in the capers. We like capers, so we use a lot of them. And adding in those green olives. Mixing that all in together. Just kind of waking up your senses, your taste buds, your sense of smell, everything. It just becomes an amazing combination of things. And then this white wine, it's about half a cup. And you can kind of judge on that. You should smell it. But that is at the very, very end. Look at this. Let me show the pan. Let me show. Don't burn yourself. She burns and cuts herself on the regular. Okay, look at that. It's so good.
It smells so
Just the combination is so delicious. So our heat is on medium high. It was on high. We got the onions nice and clear. We started throwing things in. That makes it cold again. So we're leaving it on the medium high heat. That looks good. Because there's more cooking to do. So this has maybe been 8 minutes that we've had this going. I think that that's sufficient. We're going to separate it. You can either push it to the side or take it out and then put it back in. I'm going to take it out. I think it's just easier to maneuver.
Put it in here.
Yep. And we're pouring it into this bowl. Making sure the heat is on the right burner. Remember last week? I kind of screwed that one up. But that's okay. Alrighty. That's good. Leave a little grease in that pan. Put it back on the heat. And now we're going to add in our flounder. Oh, I think I need some olive oil. Yeah. A little olive oil in that. Not a lot. Just don't want it to stick. Turning it back up. Putting the yummies. We imagine the flavor before it even happens. Might have to add a little bit more oil. Not sure.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'm going to do it with this. I just don't want it to stick to the bottom.
Yeah.
There we go. So you have one of these little, I'm throwing the last one in. Yeah. So I have here 5 slices because that's what fits in this pan of the flounder. A little bit more. Little. Salty girl. Salty. Okay.
Alright.
This is on now sort of a medium low. I could turn them. If I have trouble turning them, I'll let you know. You'll hear me. A little assistance from another tool.
Nice job.
Yeah. Turning them. They do. It's really thin and they cook quickly. She's chirping in my ear, my directions. It's like having Grandma Rose here in the younger form. Generation. 2 generations. Okay. Now trying not to break those fillets up and leaving them nice. We're like, that is it. We flipped them. We can put our ingredients back in. Now you could leave the extra oil. It's extra virgin olive oil. It's so delicious. It's not like it's going to hurt you in any way. It's actually good for you. It's actually recommended by the doctor. See how she's just pouring it? Can you see how she's just pouring it right over the top of the fillet? Delicious. We're not going to waste one single bit of it. The rest goes in the middle, yup. But she's keeping some of that grease out, which is fine. We're gonna do the diet version. Oh my gosh. That looks so good. And I'll take that.
Good.
Yep. And I'm going to show you what we have here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Ah, so delicious. And this is going to cook for, okay, are you ready? 2 more minutes, 2, 3 minutes, and you're done. And then, before you're finished, you're going to throw in a little bit of your white wine. Oh, look, I didn't even use the whole thing because I'm judging by eye. I'm raising it up because the wine just cooled it off. And it's boiling up a little bit. I feel like I have my mother here. She's leaving the lid off. You know I'm lid on. She's right. You don't want to boil it. You don't want to make it like a poached egg. You want to let it cook up a little bit. Maybe I'd reduce it. Well, what's our trick? Here's our trick. Right? We got the spoon trick. So we'll put the spoon in. Everything is hit the burner. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to put one piece on the plate for you to see. In reality, I would let this cook for another couple of minutes to really infuse the wine into the flavor. But for the purpose of this, and so that you can get back to whatever you are doing on this gorgeous Sunday, I'm going to show you what we finally have.
Get a little juices.
Should we make Nadia be the taster? She got the juice on there. Wait, we can do more juice. Hold on. The juice is like the best part of the whole darn thing, right? So, oh yeah.
All right.
Show, you have to show that beautiful plate.
Okay.
It's hot. Good.
Delicious.
So delicious. Okay. That's it. Look at how fast.
So
Oh my
yummy.
god. I think this is a record. This is a record. We did something so fast.
Oh.
Cheers. Thank you so much for being with us at Secret Family Recipe. And remember, there's no place like home. See you next week. We'll be at the beach.